Hello, fam. Once again, coming to you live from a hotel room in Kentucky. Kentucky. Okay, so this morning read Luke 13 and Matthew 24 and 25. And here is, so where we're at in the Gospels is Jesus is preparing them for his death and what's to come after it. And part of this preparation in today's reading is to let them know that, hey, when I'm gone, there are going to be people that come in my name and do miracles and teach and all this kind of stuff. Do what seems to be Christian ministry. But there are going to be false teachers and false prophets, and I'm warning you in advance that this is going to happen, because they're going to deceive many people, and if possible, even the elect, even those people that God has selected, chosen before time for salvation. And so what do we do as Christians then? I mean, it's like, okay, if people are going to be that deceptive, and if I'm having good intentions and yet I can still be deceived, how do I even live life? Well, he says, this is how you live life. And he gives the parable of the 10 virgins, the 10 young ladies who had lamps. And some of them prepared with the amount of oil for their lamp that they needed, and others they didn't, weren't always prepared to have extra oil. And so when they knew that their master was coming back, that those that were not prepared went to those that were prepared and said, hey, can we borrow some of your oil? And they're like, no, we need our oil. You go to the store and get some oil. So they went to the store, and when they went to the store is when the master came back, and they were locked out of the celebration. Then we have the parable of the talents, and that's where the master gives his slaves, three or four slaves, different amount of talents. 1 5, 1 2, 1 3, 1 1, or something like that. And the point of that story is all of them came back with some sort of investment, some sort of return on their investment, except the one that was given 1 talent. And he said, look, I know that you are a hard taskmaster and a brutal boss, and so I just buried it in the sand, and I didn't want to lose anything. So here you go. Here's what you entrusted me with. And what did God say? He said, you're an evil servant, and threw him out to the place of gnashing of teeth, aka hell. And so the point is that God gives us all opportunity of whatever that looks like in your life. Some of us might have a little opportunity, 1 talent, a lamp that we don't have a lot of oil for. Well, what are we supposed to do? We'll go out and increase the value of that. Go out and get more oil to make sure that you're always prepared. What does that mean in real life? Well, it means like, hey, if you don't got a good, if you don't have a lot of money, or you don't have what you perceive to be a good job or a lot of possessions or whatever, well, use what you have. We all have 24 hours in a day. Go, if you have no money, go volunteer and help people. Do whatever you can do to increase your impact for God's kingdom. And then, of course, if you do have more, well, now you have more responsibility to use that in a way that honors God, that builds up the kingdom. And so I think that's the point, is brutal days are coming in the last times, that in conjunction with brutal days coming, at that same time, there will be false prophets that will appear to be true followers of Christ. We hear that all the time in the media and churches today, especially progressive or liberal churches, love to point that out. Oh, this pastor fell. This ministry leader fell. That did all these terrible things. Yeah, okay. Maybe they were false prophets, or maybe they just fell to temptation and sin, and we need to have compassion on them. Okay, but the point is that happens. Don't let it throw you. Don't let it throw you. And be prepared. So that's the lesson for today. And that's it. Hope you have an amazing one. Bye.